Good evening. How are you? Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday, which is great. Let me get my drinks and stuff. Yeah. Well, I just need this whiskey cup, I guess. So, it's Thursday, and I did not write because I watched the town hall instead. So after that, yeah, didn't have much energy. So yeah, I write tomorrow something. There's no rush. Yeah, I don't want to work too hard, like because if I write, I drink. I cannot write without drinking because it becomes too stressful. Okay, and I have full time job. When I'm in my full time job, I don't drink, right? So after full time job's done, days worth. Yeah, then I come home and drink and write. Nice and relaxing. Yeah, that's how I write because then I can really enjoy writing, like turning on some nice music, background music and stuff. So, uh, yeah, I write some maybe tomorrow or something. Uh, there's no rush. So and after that, I was working with this computer. It was doing like 100% disk usage again. So yeah, I did some stuff like you know net.exe space top space superfetch in the admin prompt, right, to see what's going on, and also stopping same way the Windows search whatever, right? Yeah, it worked. Okay, so yeah. So when I was fixing this computer, I was listening to radio, conservative talk show, and they're talking about. I mean, they take the listeners' calls, right? So uh, also during the town hall, Mr. President town hall. Yeah, I did watch VP Biden's town hall too, just a little bit. But for President Trump's town hall, I did watch it through. Okay, and yeah, it seems like people are concerned about health insurance cost, healthcare cost, and they neither of them seem to have very good answer. So, and when I was running for Alaska State Senator, um, of course I lost the election, but yeah, some of the voters asked me about that too, and of course they have their own solutions. They told me what their solution would be, and I kind of postponed that discussion till after the election because I didn't want to talk about it. Why? Uh, all I wanted to talk about back then is more long-term solution. Uh, yeah, everybody do diet and exercise. Then there will be less demand for healthcare, and the price will go down because we have fixed uh, fixed supply of healthcare workers like doctors and nurses, right? And they to be a nurse, to be a doctor, it takes a lot of education, and they're expensive. It's kind of education. So yeah, we only have fixed demand. I mean, supply of health services. So the only way in the long run, long term basis to fix this rising healthcare cost is for people to be healthy, so that there is less demand for the health services. Other than that, I didn't want to get into detail of system tweaking the system, but because there's popular demand for this discussion, let's do it. And now that my election is over, yeah, writing the science papers, yeah, we can do it later. Everything is already written. I mean, in our head, and in the board, in my notes. So there's no rush. So let's talk about healthcare then. Wait, let me turn off the heater because it's getting too warm. So it's like this, okay? What where Mr. Obama and his people failed is that their solution was way too big of a change. The Affordable Health Care Act, ACA Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, the change was way too big. So it was perhaps too idealistic. And when a big change is made all of a sudden, then too many people suffer because it takes too much effort, cost to adapt to a brand new system, Obamacare. It was too much of a change all of a sudden. That kind of policy that requires radical change, big change, all of a sudden in a very limited time, is bound to fail because it's just too much to take in a very short time. So that's why it failed. Mr. Obama is not a very wise man. I guess he's kind of an idealist, which is fine. Okay, yeah, I'm an idealist myself, but the change, as a national policy, has to come, very gradual fashion, little by little, step by step. Otherwise, it's gonna fail, and it failed. And so then, what would be a short-term solution? I already told you long-term solution: exercise and diet, personal hygiene. Yes, social distancing. By social distancing, I mean when two people are talking, they should be at least 6 feet away. That's what I mean by social distancing. That's what I mean. Okay. I am all for going to restaurant, bars, and clubs. Right? Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, if I have time, right? So I'm not talking about wearing mask. I don't like wearing mask at all, and also I don't think it should be mandatory. I don't think wearing mask really is unnecessary. And anyways, so yeah, what I mean by social distancing is when people two are talking together, they should be at least 6 feet. Okay, if it's possible. Okay, that's what I mean. And also, yeah, I don't like shaking hands. Really, I don't think that's necessary. So, yeah, diet, exercise, personal hygiene, like washing, right, cleaning. Yeah, then people will be healthy and there will be less demand for healthcare service, and perhaps it naturally go down, right? Market, by operational market. Okay, so economics, right? So that's the long-term solution. Then what's the short-term solution there? Uh, we'll talk about that after 5 minutes. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. I need some more rest. So yeah, yeah, I think President Trump and VP Biden did just fine. Yeah, I think they just did fine job. Okay. So, when it comes to, okay, let's think about this, all right? After all, I'm still presidential candidate, okay? At least on paper, okay? So, yeah, so Trump, VP Biden didn't have any good solutions, so then what would be my solution as a presidential candidate? Yeah, so long-term solution, exercise and diet, that's it, okay? So people don't get sick. And also, when people drive, they should drive carefully, they should be nice. Wave, yield to other drivers. And also observe the speed limit so that they don't get into accidents. Okay? And for people who are older, let's say they 40 in their 40s and older, uh, they should exercise but exercise safely. Like bicycling or ski or snowboard. I would not recommend those kind of high speed exercises to people older than 40 years old. Why? Because after 40 years and over, our bones tend to be very not as strong as when we were younger. Okay, exercise diet, that's important. Yeah, muscle exercise, cardio, and healthy diet are very important. But when it comes to high speed exercise like ski, bicycling, outdoor bicycle, and uh, snowboard, that kind of stuff, it's not recommended for aged people. Why? Because it's just too high speed. If they fall, they may break bones. Okay, because bones are weaker as you get older. Okay, but I think running is fine though. If they are fit enough to handle the running, if they are not overweight. Okay, for overweight people, probably the best exercise is swimming and indoor bicycling. Right? Yeah. So, and yes, people need to lose weight. Okay, and they need to strengthen their bones, muscles through exercise, regular exercise. Okay, and so that's the long-term solution. Short-term solution is this. Okay, we should not change too much from the current insurance system, healthcare system. Why? Too much change all of us all at the same time, like Obamacare did, it is destined to fail, and it failed. All right, because it gives too much stress in the existing system. It just doesn't work. All right. So Mr. Obama is not a very smart man, I don't think. Yeah, he went to Harvard Law School, so what? He's not very smart man. His people, not very smart either. Okay? They should have seen this coming. Okay? The collapse of Obamacare. And mandatory insurance, I mean, that's what many smaller countries do, like South Korea, I think. I think healthcare is just universal healthcare. But what works for South Korea doesn't work for America because we are two different culture and in terms of size of the country, America is just too big to mandate nationwide of anything. Okay, and so American value freedom, right? Yeah, so it just probably won't work. Mandatory healthcare, okay, health insurance. All right, so okay, then what's the solution? Well, existing system, we're gonna leave it alone. But there are some people who are left out. But not exactly. We already have in America Medicare for the elderlies, Medicaid for the people who are like poverty level, for poor people, economically speaking, like minimum wage workers. We have Medicaid for them. So those systems, the safety nets, are already in place. Okay, so current system, healthcare system in America isn't too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. And also, it has to do with the well-being of overall national economy as well. Okay, so if America is producing a lot of goods and services that is internationally popular, like iPhone or Google, Facebook, whatever. Those are good products. Amazon, Walmart, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Coca-Cola, you Pizza Hut, McDonald's, you have Burger King, great international American products, right? But we should continue innovation, technological innovation, and also make good movies in Hollywood and good music from Nashville, Tennessee, whatever. Okay, yeah. If America make good products, goods and services, then America will make a lot of money internationally. International trade, very important. Okay, and then of course we should build a wall though. I'm in support of President Trump building the southern border wall, and yeah, immigration policy. Yeah, those should be there should be some good vetting process, and I'm in support with President Trump on that. Okay, but yeah, we should build the wealth, technological innovation, and good movies, music, and those can be only achieved when we have good knowledge and ethics and morality. Okay, so we need to correct the wrong. What's going on in America now? Yeah, tattoos, piercings, LGBT, BLM, those are all toxic ideologies. Also, marijuana, those are very destructive ideologies. So we need to get rid of those ideologies from America. Okay, and yet also ultra internationalism. Okay, those need to be done first. Then, and also yeah, we should get rid of this Einsteinian relativism too. Okay, because those are bad ideologies. Okay, and we should build up good knowledge, good education. It's all connected. So then nation will be wealthy, and we should be healthy, and then all this healthcare cost problem will just go away. Hmm? We'll take another 5 minutes break. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we gotta see the big picture, how things are connected in society and a nation, also nation and internation, foreign countries. Okay, so it's more than just healthcare system. Okay, because they are connected to other industry as well. Okay, yeah, it's wealth of a nation, like Adam Smith kinda, right? We'll take 5 minutes break. Yeah, I need some vocal rest. Okay. Now, so uh, short-term solution. Okay, so in America, let's say there are two kinds of people: rich people and poor people, right? Rich people, they have no problem paying the health insurance bills, even if even if it may be very expensive because they are rich. Okay. And poor people, like minimum wage worker. When I was in Madison, Wisconsin, minimum wage worker, yeah, employer did not provide health insurance for us. They didn't. And I didn't know anything about Medicaid, so I did not have health insurance. Yeah, I was working in a supermarket. Okay, so it was not Walmart though. Okay, it was in winter, and it snows quite a bit in Madison, Wisconsin during the winter. Okay, so sorry about my hair. Okay, it just it's not getting any better. Okay, so I'm sorry. Sorry about bad hair day. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look good, right? I'm sorry. The- So yeah, during the winter, I was shopping cart collector in the parking lot, and we had this caddy, this contraption that we have remote control. We have this tire chain with this caddy, this machine that pushes the shopping cart. Okay, but when it snows too much, it wouldn't even run, even with the snow tire because it's have very small tire. Okay, so when snow is like 1 foot high, we had to carry it shopping carts from the parking lot. Okay, and one day, cold day, I was like 18, 19, something like that, right? Year 1997, 1998, something like that. Okay, I worked for supermarket for about a year. Okay, so I was pushing this shopping cart against this snow, and ouch, huge back pain, lower back pain. Okay, it got healed up later on, but I was barely walking. So, but employer didn't provide health insurance. I was minimum wage worker. How much per hour? $5.50 in 1998. I think that was the minimum wage. $5.50 per hour, something like that. Maybe it was $7.50, something like that. Okay, it was around there. Okay, $5, $6, $7 per hour, something like that. Okay, so what did I do? Nothing. Did I take any day off? I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure if they allowed that kind of time day off. I'm not even sure if we had any vacation days. I don't recall. Okay, but so maybe I took a day off, or maybe next day I get back to work. I don't recall. Okay, but I didn't see any doctor or nothing. But and it got better. Right? Yeah. No MRI, no X-ray, no nothing. Okay, it just got naturally better. Well, I was young back then. Okay, younger, 19, 18. It just got better. Okay. So so minimum wage workers, some of them don't have a health insurance, and they don't know anything about Medicaid. Then what should we do about them? Oh well, at first nothing. But if they get injured, then we should have them fill out some forms and enroll to Medicaid program. Then who pays for Medicaid. Yeah, it'll be of the taxpayers' money, right? So it's kind of a communist idea, socialist idea, okay? Yeah, social welfare. Yeah, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay? That's all there is to it. So then, where does this money come from when minimum wage worker get injured? Well, again, it's kind of socialist communist idea. Okay, yeah, employers or insurance money fund, insurance company money, and some taxpayers money or big corporation money, because this employee is their worker. So don't you think it's fair that employers take care of their poor employees, right? Kind of makes sense. Okay. Because after all, big corporations, they make money thanks to their employees. Okay. Okay. Now we are talking about rich people and poor people, right? And there are two kinds of companies: big corporations and small businesses, right? Big corporations like Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, Google, Facebook, okay, they have no money. They have no problem providing health insurance for every single one of their employees because they make a lot of money. So, or big governmental agencies, they have no problem providing health insurance for their employees because they have a lot of money. The government agencies. Right? So yeah, employees of those big organizations, private or public, right? Or they have employer provided insurance. Yeah. But small businesses, that's different story. Small businesses run on very thin profit margin, and they don't have that much money. Okay. So sometimes they cannot afford to buy health insurance for their employees. Okay. So then what should we do about employees of small businesses? Same thing, Medicaid. So Medicaid, yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I think the way it's structured is that it requires the Medicaid program subscribers to be below certain level of salary level. Below certain salary level, then yeah, you are eligible for Medicaid because you don't make that much money. Okay? Yeah. What about middle class? Well, maybe if their employer cannot afford their medical insurance and employee cannot afford medical insurance, well then there should be some kind of second tier Medicaid. It's not Medicare for all. No. For most people, they have no problem paying the insurance bill, medical insurance bill. Okay? So we leave them alone. We're not going to mess with existing system that is working for most of the people. So it will not be Medicare for all. Again, that's the Democratic Party's radical agenda and very idealistic and very simplistic thinking. We don't need Medicare for all. It sounds cool, sounds like communist revolution, the savior, but they don't know what they're talking about. It just doesn't work that way. Okay. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. That's why I'm a Republican, because Democratic Party people, they're just too ignorant. All right. They're all about LGBT, all about marijuana. They don't know. They don't have a clue. So that's why I'm Republican. Okay, but they got something right. There, something I agree with. I'm more pro-choice than pro-life. Okay. Yeah, well, it's less of two evil. Okay, so because there's something wrong with abortion. I get it. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes break. Okay. So yeah, I need some vocal rest. So we keep talking. Okay. So our solution is more holistic approach. It's more big picture approach. Okay. Yeah, because so we got short term solution. Okay, it's about um, Medicaid getting to work. Okay, so for the people without insurance. Okay, and there are not that many people without insurance in America. Okay, so for the people, let's say, just my guess. Okay, let's say 20% of people do not have any insurance. Okay, 20%. Just only for an example, because I don't know the detailed numbers. Okay, let's say 80% of people American have insurance. We leave them alone, 80%. Okay, but with the 20% people, uh, yeah, Medicaid if they don't have enough money. But what about people who have enough money but they just don't want to buy health insurance? Oh, we let them leave them alone. But what if they get injured then? Oh well, then insurance company, as opposed to just flat out rejecting them, uh, they can come up with a contract, a brand new insurance policy for rich people who just decide not to have any insurance. Okay, if they get injured, yeah, come up with a brand new insurance company's product that has higher interest rate. Okay, so okay, you got injured, you don't have any insurance, but you have enough money. We got a solution for you. Okay, we'll sell you this insurance product policy, and even if you didn't have insurance before, we'll still cover you, but the premium will be more expensive, and at least for the next 10 years you're bound by this contract, and you will have to pay premiums which is more expensive than otherwise, but you're covered. So it's like a loan. Okay, big medical bill, let's say you have an accident or something, all right, and you're well to do, but let's say this medical bill is like $100,000. You're not that wealthy, okay, but you got some constant money flowing in because you have whatever job, or you have some retirement account, whatever, okay, so over time you can pay this bill $100,000, maybe $10,000 a year for 10 years, $100,000, okay, something like that, okay, yeah, so it's kind of like loan, okay, you pay back the principal with higher interest rate, that kind of stuff. It's very simple concept, okay, so it can be done, yeah, so that's it. So we cover all the loopholes in current existing system, okay, so we're not going to talk about it, all right, because I don't want to, all right. So that will be my solution, okay, as a president candidate, okay, so no problem, all right. So Mr. Biden, he's a very good lawyer, okay, Delaware lawyer, that's like top notch in the nation, okay, Delaware, because that's where all the big corporations in America is registered, Delaware corporation, okay, so the business law, corporate law, okay, that probably is the Delaware bar exam, probably is the most difficult bar exam to pass, but Mr. Joe Biden passed it. So he was a lawyer in Delaware. So he's a very smart man. So when he showed up in this town hall today, mandatory masking, all right, he was very smart on that. There's very difficult argument to convince people with, right, about, and he did very well. Okay, I'm against mandatory masking, but I was impressed. He was very good lawyer defending that kind of stupendous policy. Basically, he's saying, yeah, it's gonna save life. It's gonna save lives. Everybody wear a mask. It's not too much burden on people, but so yeah, everybody wear a mask in order to save lives. And also, yeah, then we don't have to lock down anymore, right? Because everybody's wearing a mask. Very convincing lawyering right there, okay. He's a very good lawyer, okay. So that was impressive. Hmm? But then what would be my counter argument? Well, yeah, I mean they call it herd immunity, okay. Okay, if herd immunity is about just no lockdown, no masking, just life as usual, and some people will die. Opposite of that, there's the herd mentality, majority and mainstream view in the world in year 2020. Everybody wear a mask, everybody lock down, close down business, stay at home. I call that herd mentality, majoritarian mainstream view, okay? So herd immunity versus herd mentality. But I don't like this term, herd immunity, because that's not herd mainstream mentality at all. That's opposite of that. Because there are very few countries who do that, like Sweden. Well, President Trump, yeah, he's more on that side, hard immunity side, but that's very minority view. So it's not harding. It's the opposite of that. It's very minority. Something very brave, right? I would have to call it evolution approach, natural selection approach. Uh, because out in the nature, animals, okay, yeah, you have this herd of buffalo in, yeah, we have buffalo in Alaska, okay, yeah, or Yosemite or Yellowstone National Park, whatever, okay. You have herd of buffalo, and you have this grizzly chasing them, okay. Only the weakest in that herd, maybe diseased, alright, or perhaps aged, or perhaps too young, whatever. This the weakest animal will get caught by this bear, right? And that way, well, some calf, the bison, the this buffalo calf, that does not have very good mother buffalo, it will get caught because if we the calf have very strong and healthy mother buffalo, I, it will be protected from grizzly. Okay, so this natural selection is evolution. Okay, and when those weak individual in this herd of buffaloes get caught and killed by bears, and then the rest of the herd, that's the survival of the fittest. Okay, yeah, the buffaloes with weak gene, the weakest link, they're just wasting resources, and resources are finite. Okay, so by grizzlies killing those weak individuals, potentially that have diseases, okay, it's actually helping out the health and well-being of the rest of the herd in buffalo population, so that the next generation of buffalo will be healthier and stronger. That's how evolution works. And it's not just buffalo, it's plants, animals, okay. So that's the evolution concept. It's not herd immunity concept. No, it's biology, evolution, period. Zoology, ecology, okay. So is it ethical or acceptable? Maybe not politically, but at least in theory, is it acceptable to apply that to human society? Some people may accuse of this evolution approach as eugenics. Okay, but if you think about it, right? Yeah, we do want to care about disabled people, aged people, because any one of us can be disabled or, and more suddenly will age, right? So yeah, we want to be humane. We don't want to treat people like animals, right? Yeah, so it's a difficult issue. I get it. Okay, so but when it comes to mandatory masking, the kind of objection that I have is, yeah, let's say I'm debating with VP Biden, okay? Hypothetically, VP Biden and me, we're debating against about mandatory masking, okay? So it was fantastic. I in his town hall presentation, yeah, it's about saving lives, human lives. Wearing mask, it's no big deal. It's not that big of a burden. So yeah, everybody wear a mask. That was his position. to save lives. Very good argument, okay? So we'll take 5 minutes break and then I'm gonna come up with some counter arguments. Okay? If you want to, yeah. Think about it and tell me, okay? The reason I didn't watch through this Vice President Biden's town hall today is that the way he talks is just too sleep inducing and too boring. Okay, he's too soft spoken. All right, it was just not too boring to watch through. So. But he's very smart man. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, do you have any counter arguments that can defeat Vice President Joe Biden's fantastic argument? I think he made a very good argument there. Yeah, I respect that. It was good. Can you defeat him? Huh? Yeah, tell me. I'll give you a minute, okay? Maybe 2 minutes. How about that? Yeah. Whew, chilly night. Yeah, it went down to 30s nowadays. You know, I used to like discharge my liquid outside in my yard, but it smells bad, so I will stop doing that. I just use my bathroom. I'm just trying to give you some more time to make your argument, okay? So, yeah. Yeah, take your time, okay? Present your argument, counter arguments, if you want to. Okay. Yeah. It's good wine. Decent vodka. Okay. Alright, your time is up, okay? So, let me share with you what my argument, okay? So, alright, so when people start wearing masks, okay, We cannot see their beautiful faces. Right? So people are less happy. And also, it's inconvenient. You have to bring your mask everywhere and you have to wear it, put it on. You cannot breathe very well. And we cannot see beautiful people's faces. So people will become less happy. And when people are less happy, they are more prone to more anger. And that's BLM. That's what happened with BLM. Post COVID-19 BLM, people became very violent. BLM was not like that. BLM initially was not a violent protest. No, it was an activism for African Americans. It was peaceful back then, before COVID-19. Okay, but after COVID-19, BLM changed its characteristic. Violent protest, taking down the statues, all these illegal activities, arson, vandalism, theft, looting, and in some cases even murder. Right? Why? Because people are unhappy. That led to anger. That led to violence. Okay, so that's why mandatory masking, locking down the business, stay at home, extreme social distancing. Like you cannot go to restaurant, you cannot have birthday party, you cannot have wedding. That's what led to post COVID-19 BLM. It's linked to COVID-19 shutdown, lockdown, and yes, mandatory masking. Okay, because people are less happy, they become angry and they become violent. Okay, there's my counter argument. One of the policy failed. Okay, so this COVID-19 policy totally failed. If I was the president, there will be no more mandatory testing or masking or shutdown, lockdown, stay at home, extreme social distancing, none whatsoever. We let people do whatever they want. Okay. What are people dying? Well, it's their individual responsibility. I understand, I do not deny, it's a statistical fact that COVID 19 is more dangerous than flu or common cold. It has higher mortality, fatality rate. I get it. But as a nation, let's take this opportunity to emphasize exercise and diet. Exercise and diet, healthy immune system, healthy lifestyle. Okay? Yeah. Then people will be just fine. Okay? This mandatory lockdown, mandatory masking, that's not American. I mean, it worked for South Korea, but what works for South Korea doesn't always work for America. Because we have different values than South Korea. And the country size is also different. We are a lot bigger than South Korea. Okay? So, yeah. They talk about vaccine, okay? The best vaccine is our antibody in our body, antibody healthy immune system, okay? Because there's no medicine or vaccine that can be better than our antibody system, because our antibody system is very highly adaptable. It can fight any diseases, any pathogens, because they're highly adaptable if it's working very well. For our immune system to work very well, we have to do diet and exercise. That's it. Right? It's that simple. And Mr. Joe Biden may retort, well, how about disabled people, aged people? No problem. Why? Disabled people, aged people, they can exercise too. And they can definitely to do health diet, right? Anybody can exercise, right? I'm a runner. Sometimes I enjoy my food. Okay. Do I stop exercising? No, no. I can exercise when I'm lying down on the floor while I'm sitting on a chair. Of course, I can do exercise. I don't have to stand up to exercise, right? Yeah. Yeah. I have seen so many mature people in their 80s, 90s, even. Okay. They are healthy and they're in great shape. Why? Because they do diet and exercise. Right? Oh, how about you smoking cigarette and drinking alcohol? Look at me. I smoke cigarette and I drink alcohol. And I'm healthy. Okay, so yeah. Because I do diet and exercise. And yes, personal hygiene. It's been 1 hour, so let's stop at this time, okay? We'll take like 5 to 10 minutes break, okay? Thank you.